I am Luca Marchesotti and I'm the founder of Gemmo AI. This morning I'm here with Cathal from Fexco, and we're going to talk a little bit more about our collaboration for implementing and increasing the level of AI into Fexco products. So Cathal, can you please introduce yourself, tell us a little bit more about your role in the company?
Yeah, look, thanks for having me, Luca, and great to be working together. So my name is Cathal Foley and I am Chief Commercial Officer for Fexco's Drive division, which looks after product development and innovation for the group across three primary pillars. So we look after core product innovation for that core product set we have, such as dynamic currency conversion, Open Connect and Retail FX. We have our new product innovation division, which is looking at the next iteration of products which we deliver to market, one such product being PACE, and the third pillar within that remit is that new business incubation and commercialization, which ultimately is focused on delivery of new enterprise value for the group. And as part of that role, I also sit as CEO of the PACE business, where we got to work together on AI and data implementation for PACE.
Cathal, tell me a little bit more about Fexco's story.
So Fexco is an amazing company headquartered here in the southwest of Ireland with a global reach that spans a history of over 40 years and touches many aspects of business and financial services. So the company has a rich heritage of dealing with large global customers, but equally innovating at every stage of the journey, and has been around at the inception of many of the markets in which it operates. And we're lucky in the innovation division to be able to be at the forefront of many of those initiatives. One such initiative being data and AI in terms of how we operate and enhance our products, about how we stay relevant, and about how we continue to add more value for customers through AI and data enhancements for our product. And I think we're very happy to be sitting here today discussing that.
Cathal, tell me what PACE is all about.
So PACE is an amazing story picking up on much of the Fexco innovation journey. ESG and sustainability is something which sits at the heart of one of Fexco's values, but equally is an opportunity and an area that we saw for additional value creation and to solve problems for customers that we have as part of the group, and to grow our customer base for new customers that we intended to acquire. We stood back and we looked at a vision of what a sustainability ecosystem could be, whether that be in carbon credits or reporting or measurement or management, and really went on that innovation journey as where is the biggest problem for customers that we might have? How might we play a part in that? Where do we have a right to win within that market? And then to go back to that data point, where is data available today? Because in many of these problems that are seeking to be solved in the sustainability revolution, to use that expression, data is sadly lacking. And so we began in aviation. There was a clarity in cleanliness with an initial data set that we could begin to work on, and we went about building on that data journey that we had. So we started with an idea, a concept, and nothing more. We tested that concept with customers, and that is the reporting of Scope 3 emissions for financiers and lessors within the aviation finance industry. So a very narrow focus to begin. We got some early validation in that. You know, we've built a few versions of the product now and rolling out features in version 4 as it stands today. Data has been at the very center of everything that we've done in that. And we said if you cannot measure it, you cannot manage it. And if you cannot measure it, there is no way you can mitigate it. And there's no way you can achieve the net zero goals that have been set by the industry. So it's been an amazing journey in that we've been data first, cloud first, API first. And so despite being a newer business within the Fexco group, we have been at the cutting edge of many of the technologies that you would expect. And we hope to continue to do that. It is the first product in the product set, but it is not the last that we would hope to develop. And building on our data credentials, building on our AI credentials, building on our technology and innovation credentials, we hope to solve sustainability technology problems for a whole range of customers around the world.
Let's talk about your business objectives. So what were initially and what are the objectives now?
So we're moving into a new phase of growth for PACE as a business. So, the last 12 and 24 months, that product that we talk about as the initial MVP or prototype product has really become a fit for purpose enterprise level product, and we have a number of initiatives to build out on the product set and to enhance the offering that we have. Fexco's innovation mindset creates an environment for staff within the group to investigate new technologies as they come to market. So we knew with much of the focus, hype you might say, but focus on AI within the industry, we wanted to see what was possible. So for us, the quickest and most natural place to do that is to partner into certain technologies. Fexco has a long history from its very inception 41 years ago in co-creation, in collaboration, in working with partners and industry experts within various groups to enhance the offerings that we have. So our initial objective was to do what we do better and faster for our customers. We began with that overarching goal. Our data and our API products, we had a number of enhancements we wanted to make as we work out with clients such as JP Morgan and SMBC Aviation Capital to better deliver the data set for them and ultimately to better enhance our product and allow for developer integration that we have. So that was our original business objective, and I think we met that in terms of our collaboration.
Obviously, PACE is just one example of a project where you're applying AI. Another one is DCC. Tell us a little bit more about the objectives when it comes to AI and DCC.
So DCC is one of our core products, and Fexco invented DCC and the product. But again, that innovative mindset that we talk about, it's really, really important to Fexco as a group, to us as employees of Fexco, and our customers, that we stay innovating, not just in our new products, but in our core products. In our products that have predated the likes of PACE. And we have an initiative which is called Flexible Margins, which provides a greater degree of flexibility for our merchants, for our acquirers and our customers. And again, wanting to embrace the AI journey, how could we apply AI to a product to enhance the outcomes for our customers and the merchants that we have as well?
Well, we met, I think, 6 months ago, right? And it was, it started with a great and interesting chat about the future of your products enabled with AI. Tell us a little bit more about why you chose Gemmo. So what made you think that Gemmo was an interesting, fit for your needs?
I think, look, there's many aspects that go into choosing partners, and there is a certain quantitative approach in terms of credentials and past projects that you guys had done, but there's equally that qualitative aspect, and that first conversation that you mentioned is really, really important. So for us as Fexco, for me personally, I think it's really, really important to have both bases covered when choosing a partner, to ensure that the credentials and the capabilities are of course there, but equally that you can work with the people, and the people that you engage with, which I'm very happy to say is the case with Gemmo and with Luca's team, is that the counterparts that we interface with felt like members of our team pretty much from day one. And so there's no them and us, or there's no animosity that create in any sort of supplier type relationship. For us, it's about collaboration, it's about working together, and for me that was immediately obvious from the very first conversation that we had. When we talk about the quantitative approach, one element that was also really important for me, particularly on the PACE side, is agility. Truthfully, starting out in that conversation, probably didn't know exactly where we wanted to end up. We had an idea, but that idea still needed to be formed. And so to be able to have a conversation with you and talk about what we intended to be the case, and then have the humility to listen and say, okay, well, what do you think? And what have you seen in the past? And how have you seen this done well? And how have you seen this done badly? And taking that input. So for me, the decision was pretty easy in the end. And it was just a case of how do we maximize our time together, which I think is what we did.
Let's now delve a little bit deeper into these two products and their applications. So when it comes to AI, what were the challenges that Gemmo solved with your team. Let's start with pace.
I think if we actually start maybe with Fexco Group first, because I think it's really relevant, is that we are a large multidisciplinary development house with many skills across the board. And as new initiatives come to pass, AI being a really key one, we have short-term needs as a group across multiple businesses and products. And naturally, we need to augment and supplement our skill sets with that of external partners on two fronts. One is, to get a broader input in terms of what we're looking to achieve. And I think that's really important, that you continue to get that external input and that external validation. And secondly, capacity. Just simply trying to deploy AI across a group as large as Fexco, we need sometimes to supplement that with additional capacity, which is where we began. For pace specifically, it was around how do we enhance our data journey. We knew we wanted to be at the very cutting edge, at the absolute forefront of how we deliver data to our customers. Because we believe that there is a journey from measure to manage to mitigate as it comes to any sustainability journey, but your measurement must be seamless and it must be fully integrated, and it must be fully integrated in our case with bank grade systems that exist. So for us, that enhancement was absolutely key. We knew we needed it, and we knew there was more value in our data than what we originally saw, and so allowing the AI and data enhancements was really key for us.
As we discussed many times, AI is a transformative force.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit more about how AI is transforming the needs and the wants of your clients?
I think it's a really diverse range across the group. I think the first thing that people are looking for actually is an understanding of what AI can do for people, and that's where working with partners such as your good selves is really important for us to continue to learn in the journey, right? And to not assume that we know everything. The world is evolving so fast, and while it's transformative, there's probably a little bit of noise and a little bit of uncertainty as to what it is. So a reassuring focus for me as Fexco is something that we need to be really clear on. We need to make sure that we have an authoritative position on how transformative AI can be, but how it can be done in a safe way for customers, for clients, for employees, for shareholders, stakeholders. And I think that's a really key point. I think the transformative nature of what AI can do is ultimately doing things better, faster, cheaper, in a more scalable fashion. And I think we have seen that across many cases, and not replacing jobs or anything like that, but ultimately allowing all of us to be slightly more effective in our jobs, transforming, to use that word, the way we do things so that we can create more value. And I think what we will see over the course of the next number of years and next decade will be an amazing transformation in ways we don't even know just yet how it will be the case. So I think there's a range of ways that it can apply to any business. For us, really, though, it's about continuing to add value for our customers, for our clients. How do we do what we do better? How do we do what we do more efficiently, as opposed to completely transforming everything that we do and becoming a new business? I think it's about how do we do what we do, but better or more efficiently, and ultimately putting our customers and our clients at the heart of everything that we do.
AI is complex, is expensive, it's difficult to manage. Can you tell me how Gemmo understood your challenges, these challenges?
I think the key thing about our early engagement with Gemmo was understanding that ability to have a conversation. So sometimes dealing with external partners or suppliers in particular, it can be a very jump to statement of work conversation. This is what I want, this is what that will be, and there's no real conversation in between. As you say, there are marginal differences in how you can approach a problem in AI that can have significant impact in cost, in how it can be deployed. And I think understanding that journey and having, frankly, an adult conversation about that we are, certainly in the pay side, we were early in our AI journey. So let's have a conversation about where we could go and where we can go. So I think that was really key to make sure that you can do it efficiently, because ultimately what you want to try and do is deploy AI in a way that is cost efficient in the long term. And there are ways that you can deploy AI and have it extremely expensive for marginal benefit. And there are probably some use cases you've seen of that in the past. So I think, look, for me, it's about having a conversation and listening to your input, and then deciding on where we are going together. And once you've decided on where we are going together, continuing through that journey and getting to that initial validation to potentially do more, which is where I believe we are today.
So let's talk, Cathal, about operational efficiency and how together with Gemmo we improve the operational efficiency when it comes to data and pace.
Scaling a business, as you know, requires doing more at pace and expanding a team. Operational efficiencies, if they do not sit at the heart of that scaling journey, to me, a business will not scale. It will eventually burn out, because that margin that you need to create true value simply will not exist. There are a number of areas within PACE where we are looking at deploying additional AI, again, not to replace jobs, but to allow the team we have to do more in the time set that we have. Some of it is reasonably straightforward, and some of it is a little bit more complicated. So for us, that operational efficiencies that we can create, some of it will be purely internal. It will not touch a customer, but it will allow an existing team member to potentially do a greater amount of work for a larger number of clients as we scale the business. But secondly, some of it will touch the customer in terms of some of the insights that we provide. Some of the data advisory capabilities that we have is currently relatively human driven, and that may be a case where some of those insights can be more AI driven in due course. Again, we will of course continue to be really careful in what touches the customer and ensure that it is fit for purpose. But I think the internal operational efficiencies, we have a number of examples of that. And again, it is about scaling a business through technology. And I think that's a really, really key point.
My last question, Cathal. What would you tell someone who is considering Gemmo?
So, I would take the responsibility of providing recommendations or endorsements very, very seriously, as we would at Fexco Group. But I would wholeheartedly endorse you, Gemmo, your team. I think the agility that the team showed is really, really key. The professionalism and capacity to deliver on plan and in scope, which on the two projects we did, which again is really, really important, and as I'm sure you know, not always the case with technology projects. And the informative nature of the conversations, for me personally, is probably the biggest thing that I would say as an endorsement. The capacity in those early conversations that we had to talk about potential outcomes, and you were not mandating down the phone that we must have it fully defined before you talk to us. You were willing to have a conversation and to help us form the picture of where we could go, and then define the scope of work, and then let the team take over with the agility, the professionalization, and the on time, on budget piece that we had. So for me, that's a key element that we would have, and I'm sure we will find ways to continue to work and continue to build our relationship as we move forward.
Cathal, thank you very much for being here today. It was a pleasure, and we're looking forward for the journey ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Luca.